Hello everyone, Camo here. One thing first, I get a lot of new subscribers after I did a collaboration with Skylander TV and appeared on his channel. He's a great content creator. Check out his channel with the link in the description if you haven't already. If you're a new subscriber to me, thank you for your support and welcome to the channel. I promise I'll do my best to keep my content live up to your expectations. Now, on to the video.
I'm sure many of you have bought Skylanders that were sold in bulk and you sort of just got what was in the lot. Sometimes though, we have all hunted specific Skylanders. Perhaps it was because you were missing a representative of that specific element, or you just wanted to complete your collection for that game. Or maybe you just wanted that character because you had watched an awesome gameplay video, or you simply knew that it was the most powerful Skylander from that game.
Sometimes though, none of that matters. Sometimes you have no idea how a specific Skylander plays, but you still want it simply because of the way it looks. At least I did. And in this video, I'm listing 5 Skylanders I bought simply because I think they look cool. I hope you enjoy it.
Root punch!
The first entry on my list is Camo. Before I even started playing the Skylanders games, I was pretty confident that the life element would be my favorite element. I am a biologist after all. After checking out the entire roster, it was very clear to me that Camo was on top of my most wanted list. When he wasn't included in the initial lot I bought, I immediately started my hunt. Camo is a hybrid between a dragon and a plant, which is very unrealistic but at the same time very cool. He also has that cocky looking posture, signaling that if you upset him in the slightest, he will be either bitten or stung. Luckily for me, Camo turned out to be a very powerful Skylander. He lacks in the movement department, but he's versatile and has a huge damage potential under the right circumstances. It's also hard not to like a Skylander who attacks his enemies with exploding fruit. I hadn't watched a single second of gameplay from Camo before I bought him, but I would have to say that he exceeded my expectations.
Hide and sleek.
The second character on my list is Trap Shadow. When I started collecting Swap Force characters, I missed out on Trap Shadow by mere coincidence. Then I did a video where I showcased Stealth Elf and I got several comments that I would probably like Trap Shadow as well. After just one glance, I knew I had to get him too. Few things are cooler than a sentient panther with glowing eyes, hushing his beholder as if something sinister is about to go down very soon. Something unique is also hinted by Trap Shadow, as he holds his trap as if it were a weapon to fling around. When I finally tried him, Trap Shadow went and exceeded my expectations too, partly because I wasn't familiar with the complexity of the Swap Force characters. Trap Shadow is a real jack of all trades, as he can slash his enemies with his claws, lay down traps, kick away energy balls and disappear into the darkness to eventually unleash a powerful AoE attack.
I did a video a while back where I used my knowledge in martial arts to analyze Skylanders with martial arts-like movesets, and Trap Shadow was featured there. If you want to watch that video, then click on this card. If you want to watch more Skylanders I bought simply because I think they look cool, then just keep watching.
Deal with it.
The third character on my list is Tough Luck. There just is something about dual wielding in video games. It signals some sort of cockiness, that you're all about being on the offensive. Not criticizing Bushwhack's character design in any way, but when I found out you needed a trap master from each element, I immediately had my aim set on Tough Luck. She actually ended up being my most expensive non-Sensei Skylander so far, as I paid €20 or about $24 for her. I really like her sleek look as she aggressively holds her double Tritanium Warblades after she's ready to pounce at any second. She literally pounces in the game too. She's also as fast as she looks, and it's a joy to jump from target to target, and if things get too tough, you can always vanish from your enemy's sight.
Feather the storm.
The fourth character on my list is Stormblade. For superchargers, there are not many things you need to complete the game to 100%, and knowing this, I knew I could focus on collecting the characters I thought were the most interesting. Stormblade was on top of that list. Her character design is for sure unique, borderline strange, as she has a feather plume that are not her actual feathers. It is very clear that these are blades that she will most likely throw at her enemies in great abundance. Her whole posture also suggests that she will leave the ground at any second, and since I like a speedy offensive playstyle, I had a big hunch I would like Stormblade. It turned out I was right. She moves quickly as she rains down knives on her foes, and her second attack gives her a great boost of speed. Interestingly, she is not a purely long-range fighter, as many of her secondary attacks deal close-up damage to all enemies around you, and she also has several moves that are performed mid-air. This is another character that had a playstyle very close to what I expected.
Let there be rock!
The fifth and final character on my list is a Wolfgang. Werewolves have always been my thing. I mean, who cared for that Edward guy, really? When I saw that there was a sensei in the form of a big bad wolf with spikes coming out of his back, I knew I had to get him no matter what. After I bought him, I started watching Skylanders Academy and found out that he was also a rock musician, something that would to a large extent influence his moveset. In contrast to all other Skylanders on this list, Wolfgang played nothing like I expected. I assumed he would swing his big arms around and slice his enemies with his claws, but instead he was a long-range zoning character who to a large extent used strategic placement of speakers to deal damage. His moveset is definitely in large contrast with his appearance, but that being said, I really enjoy playing with him.
Alright, that's it for this video. Please consider checking out my other content if you haven't already, and maybe even consider subscribing since I release content every week about Skylanders and other similar franchises. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Camo, and I will see you next time. Take care.